Good morning everyone. My name's Tim Anderson. I'm going to be taking you through this overview of the Trade Only Vision system today. If you're new to a GoToMeeting, you've got a little chat bar down on the bottom right which you can add questions to throughout the meeting, and I'll cover those at the end for us. I'm going to run through all the areas of Vision just as an overview level today and talk to you about the different functions and what are available to you within the system. And like I say, if you've got any questions at all, by all means ask. Alright, first of all, you all should be seeing my screen. You should be seeing a login screen here to Trade Only Vision. To access the system, just open up any web browser, pop in the URL uk.tradeonly.com/vision or envoy.tradeonly.com/vision if you're an Envoy user. And then just pop in your email address and password. If you've forgotten your password, you can just click this forgot your password link and put your email address in. That will send a new password out to you that you can just click on in your emails. So first things first, we're going to log into the Trade Only Vision system. And the first thing you're going to see when you log in is this dashboard right here. So you're going to see a few featured products up at the top left, and these will scroll through. You're going to see your most recent projects that you've been working on right here as a list, and a bit of company performance, quotes this last month, this month and this year, same for orders, invoices, your conversions and your profits. You can see some quick stats here. Anytime you see a blue link within this screen, it's a clickable link, so if you want to view all your quotes, view all your orders, you can just click on this blue link right here. You'll also see tasks here. These are diary entries that have been entered into the calendar up at the top here. A couple of tabs that are worthwhile taking a look at on this dashboard itself. You have this link right here called BI, Business Intelligence. It's a number of graphs. You see a main graph shown, so here's a weekly sales report. And you've got a number of other options at the top here, so things like monthly quotes. You can drag down to the bottom and that'll give you a graph for your monthly quotes. If we go back to the dashboard itself just by clicking the Home tab, you've also got a quick search up at the top here. You can pop in a product code or a description, find the supplier you wish to search for and hit search. That's going to take you straight into our product research section. This is the next tab along. Right here, we go to Products and Overview. This is where you can search for every product that's been added by the suppliers in the Trade Only search platform. So you'll see on the front screen right here a few options for featured products, special offers, things like that. If we do a search for mug, as a simple search up at the top here, it's going to search through our product database and bring up anything in the system that's got the word mug in it. Now, default that these results are displayed in is by score within the system. Score is a mark out of 30 that Trade Only give the products based on the amount of product information given by that particular supplier. This score is depending on how often the supplier keeps us up to date with their pricing, whether they've provided full additional costs, whether they've provided decent quality images, things like that. So the best products are going to appear at the top of the search. Now, you can choose which suppliers you want to show by clicking this edit button next to the favorite suppliers only tab and checking the suppliers that you wish to appear at the top of the lists. That's going to change the way the search works. So obviously if we select add products as a supplier, when we run a search, if there's add products in that search, they're going to appear right at the top of the list for you. So if you've got preferred suppliers that you have preferred pricing with, come into here and check those suppliers. They'll appear at the top of the list when you're searching. Other things, we can show how many products we want to appear per page, so we can increase the number of products if we like. We can show how we want these products to display. So a couple of different options, whether you want a nice big image, whether you want a bit of product detail, you can toggle between those up at the top here. Further search options we have. Down the left, we can obviously change how the search works. So if we're looking for an exact phrase or a supplier product code, we can use this first drop down right here to further drill into our search. We can also drill in by supplier. So if you want to search one supplier's products, here's the place to do it. And further searching down on the left right here, searching by the categories the products are in, the colours the products are available in, lead times and pricing, things like that. Also date added, so you can see the new products added within the system using these searches down at the bottom here. All designed to help you find the product that you need as easy as possible. Now, Trade Only has the vast majority of the suppliers in the industry in this search platform, but we can also add in new products, and we can also add in new suppliers by using this new contact feature, which I will show you a little later. Now, the add product routine, if you want to add in a new product, you can hit the new product screen. Now, there's only a few fields that are actually mandatory or that you need to fill out. One is a product name, the second is a product code, third is a category, and the fourth is a supplier. And then what we also need is pricing. So we can come into here and add in our pricing based on our quantity breaks, or just one cost and one sell. You can use these different fields up at the top here to explain exactly how that's going to show. I'll be running a more in-depth training session in adding your own products into the system, but it's nice and easy to do. You don't need to fill out every bit of this information. You can just fill out the main details that are flagged as mandatory, and the system's going to tell you with these red bubbles which fields you need to fill out and if you've missed any. Once you've added that product in, you can publish this product to a website and hit check save product. That'll then allow you to quote for that product within the system. Now you can upload things like your own images right here. It's going to tell you what the recommended file formats are, and you can upload those, and then they're going to display on your quotes as well. So obviously once you've added in products, they're going to display in this My Products tab up at the top here. So I'm just going to go back to the home page, and then if we go to the My Products screen, any products that you've added yourself at any point in time, you can come in and search for in this My Products t-shirt, My Products section right here. You'll see a couple of t-shirts and things like that we've added in while we're testing in this case. The next tab along is the Projects tab. Now, anytime you do any kind of quote or presentation within the Vision system, you're going to actually create a project for your customer. So you see within a project itself, when we go in, we have any presentations, quotes, any orders, any purchase orders and any invoices raised, and also an activity log that tells me all the different steps that have happened throughout the order process. So when you send a quote out of the system, an activity is going to be stamped in there. I can also come in and add activities, so if I want to use this for CRM to chase customers, things like that, I can come in and add an activity, and I can put a date and time on it and details, and then that's going to show up in my activities list on my dashboard, so I know that I need to get it done. We'll run through raising a project all the way through now, so you can see what's happening there. So how I would do that is, first of all, I would choose which products I want to show to my customer. So by searching and finding the products that I want and adding them to my clipboard using this plus clipboard feature, I can also open up a product and see the full details of that product just by clicking on it. Got some really good features in here, such as creating Technologo virtual samples and being able to see the full pricing and all the information about that product straight from within here. Once we've added products to our clipboard, we can check them and go for a new project. So we can put the little tick mark up here and hit go for a new project. Now when we're creating a project for a customer, a couple of things that we need to do. We need to put in a subject, so Tim's bag project. The status is always going to start off at new project. It's going to move through the process as we move through. So when we raise an order from a quotation, it's going to change the status to 04. Target date, always worth putting in. Can use that for reporting, which I'll show you a little later on. So when does your customer need these products for? The next step is going to be to select a customer. We keep customers and prospects separate, two separate databases. If a customer's ordered from you in the past, then they're going to be in the customer list. Chances are, if they've not, they're going to be in the prospect list. can also raise a project direct for a supplier here if you were ordering some samples or something like that. So what we can do is we can select our customer from our list of customers right here. If the customer doesn't exist, we can always add in a new one. So we'll select a customer, and we've got contacts in here. If your customer doesn't exist in the list and it's a new customer, you can hit this plus button to add a new record. Same goes for contacts. You can have multiple contacts against a customer. You can hit this plus again, and that will allow you to add a contact against that customer record. So if the contact doesn't exist, you can add them in. The next thing we can do is choose how we want to display that to the customer. I'm going to go for a presentation to begin with. Now you'll see when we add the presentation, it adds all that product information straight in here. If I want to come in and edit some of that information, I can do. I can come in, I can remove areas that I want to show. I can select whether I want to show VAT when I quote. I can select which colours I want to present to my customer. So it may be all of them, it may be just one colour that you want to present. You can just uncheck and check what you want there. You can go to this next tab right here, and this is where we can control the pricing. So we could put in a screen print here, and we could change the margins and things like that. We can double click into any of these fields, and we can actually edit the sell price and the cost price as we want as well. So if you want to make the product a little more expensive or a little cheaper for your customer, you can do. Starts off with the sell price, the price that your customer is going to see. Base costs are stored within here too, so you can see your cost pricing. Now we can add more products to the presentation if we wish. So if we wanted to add more products to our clipboard and come back to this presentation, we can do. We can find products by going back to the product search right here. By clicking find product, we can come in and we can find what we need. So again, we could type in mug at this case. It's going to run through the exact same search that we did earlier on, and then it's going to allow me to add these particular products to my presentation if I wish. We'll just stay with one product for now. We can go into the design mode right here now and see what that's going to look like when we send it to our customer. So you'll see we have our basic presentation right here. If I wanted to add a cover page, I can do, and if I wanted to put a bit of colour on there, I can just select one of these options right here on the left. That's going to allow me to make it look a little better. And we can also choose what we want to show and hide. So these checkboxes right here allow me to dictate exactly what's going to show and what's not when we quote the customer. Now from here I can send this straight out. So we've got a few options. We can print, which is going to pick up your local printer on your machine. We can save as a PDF, ready to email out. We can send or share direct from the system. And we can also send from your computer. If you click that and you have Outlook open, for example, it's going to find that Outlook on your machine and send it direct from your Outlook. Once we've done that, the customer can order, and then from here we can convert this straight to a sales order with a click of a button. We can obviously arrange follow-ups from within this drop-down as well, or view our project to see exactly where we're at. So I'll show you the process all the way through. If we convert this presentation now to a sales order, it pops up my sales order. I can come in here and change my quantities. So I could do 500 in this regard, and it's going to pick up my quantity pricing and change my margins accordingly. If I want to then add in decoration, I can branch this product by clicking on the little blue triangle. I can say what kind of print it's going to be, and it's going to refresh my totals. You'll see here I've changed to digital. It's pulled through my digital origination and also my shipping charge that's defaulted against this product. If I wanted to pop a discount on, I've got the option to do that at sales order level right here. If I put in a 5% discount, that's going to show on my documents. I can also choose to add in different additional costs such as shipping rates, miscellaneous costs using this drop down right here. Now you've got a few tabs up at the top here. You've obviously got a shipping tab. We can pop in our shipping date, and we can also populate the system with shipping methods and allow that. And also even put in a customer shipping number right here if they have their own shipping number. And we can have a separate billing address as well. So if we have a different billing address to the main record, we can come into this billing tab and change it. We can then go to our design tab again and send an order acknowledgement straight to the customer. So you'll see here it's pulled through my customer's logo and it's pulled through an order acknowledgement for me. At this point, we're not going to really go into as much detail with the images and things like that. This is purely, this is your product you've ordered, this is the price. Final step would be to create a purchase order for this. So again, with one click, we can create that purchase order. You'll see Bagco's our supplier in this instance. Now when we look at our presentation, we have our original quote or presentation that's been ordered, our sales order, and now our purchase order. We can come in and edit this document, and the system will automatically pull through the supplier's product code there. It won't display that to your customer, but it will display it when you raise the purchase order to the supplier. You have this additional information box if you want to include any additional information. You can also, when you branch the product, put in my imprint details and colours from right within here as well. So, final step would be, if we go back to the project, we can then actually generate an invoice for our customer and invoice them at the end of the day. Now, when we go to our activity log, obviously any activities back or forth, that's where I advise that you put them. So any emails you receive from your customer, copy them and paste them into that activity log. That way everything's all in one place within this project. From a reporting standpoint, you've got a number of reports you can build within the system to help you manage your business. When you come to this reports tab, this is the screen that you'll see. You can select any area of the system and choose to build a report for that. So by just at a click running your sales orders, this shows me my sales orders this year. You see, been pretty active in August, not that active any other time. I can choose to export that report if I want to, or to send it straight from up here, or even download a PDF of it. So all these reports show us slightly different things, plenty of reports for plenty of the areas, so designed to really help you manage your business there. Next tab along, the contacts tab. This is where all my customers, my prospects and suppliers are. So if I want to add a new customer into the system, I can go to this new customer tab right here. I can then dictate whether it's going to be a customer or a supplier, and indeed a prospect or an active customer that I want to add. Now fields we want to add here, so Tim's promotional supplier. I can give it a phone number, an email address I would always advise getting, and any other information that we can get in there. Obviously an address, things like that's always going to be useful because that's going to mean we can process orders right off the bat. Now once we've added this information in, if we hit save and we've missed any mandatory fields, the system's going to tell me about it. And then it'll allow me to go into here, add in extra contacts if I want using this contacts tab. Any additional addresses I've got. We can also upload marketing tags. I'll show you a bit about this later on. These drop downs you can populate with the things that are relevant to you. Payment info, what terms have you got for your customer? So maybe 30 days terms, and a registration number, things like that if you want to within here as well. Any notes you want to put in against the customer for reference, use the Notes tab for. Activities will show you any projects or orders open for this customer when you come in here. And the logo section itself allows you to actually upload a logo and put that against this particular customer so that when you actually run a quote for that customer, it pops that logo on the system. If we go to the suppliers tab right here, this is where all your suppliers are. This is actually populated for you with all the trade-only suppliers. Obviously, if you add your own suppliers in, they're going to be in here too. So all of the supplier information's in here, contacts, everything you're going to need. Final tab on here is the websites tab. This allows you to view your current websites that you've got, and also if you have website credits, create new websites for your customers with a click of a button. Again, we'll be going through that in a little more detail in a few of these more advanced sessions that I'm going to be running in the next couple of weeks. So we'll do one specifically on creating websites for your customers within here. But if you've got a website with trade only, you come to this website section, you can easily view the website and manage the website from right here. A couple of other things to be aware of. The settings tab right up here at the top. This is where all your main company information is going to go. So always worth coming in here and having a check and making sure everything's set up correctly, and making sure all your address details are in here. You can also come into your company profile, upload a logo for your company right here. So this is where your company logo would go. All of your address details and all of your main contact details for your customer. Employees, if you have multiple employees in the system or you need to add an employee, here's where you come to search the employees you've got and add them. Permissions. This dictates what people can see. So you'll see here when you highlight a basic user, it tells you exactly what they can do. And then we can work through these different permission sets and assign different members of your team to different permissions within here. System settings. This is where you can put in things like your default terms and conditions that are going to show on all your documents. So you'll see here we've got various bits that we've added into test. Sell price control. This is where you can change the way the system marks up products from suppliers. So as default, usually the suppliers mark up the products by around 40%. If you want to mark them up differently, you can come in here and set a sell price control to say mark this supplier up by 35% instead of 40%. Decoration methods and text attributes, slightly more complex routines, allowing you to decorate blank stock, for example, or to set up quick fire decoration methods to add in. Codes and phrases, a really good area of the system. This way you can add in things like your default shipping methods. You saw that drop down earlier on. And things like source, so marketing, and things like statuses and organization types. You can come in here, edit what's in there, and add new stuff into these drop downs that display in the customer database. Marketing tags, another area of the system where you can come in and add in your different marketing tags within here. So that gives us an overview of the Vision system as a whole. At this point, are there any questions that you'd like to ask from the chat bar, or anything you'd like me to go through in a little more detail? The system's quite a big system and there's quite a lot of things to do and click around. I wanted to do this first webinar just as an overview so that you can see all the different areas of the system and see how the system flows through. The plan then is to go into more detail and do a couple of these sessions a week just on the main areas of the system. So next off we'll be doing a session all about quoting and presentations, things like that. And we'll move on throughout the order process and look at some of the more advanced features of the Vision system, things such as the Technologo virtual samples and things like that from within here. So now that we're fully integrated with Technologo, one of our sister companies, we can come into here, create high-level virtual samples by scrubbing images and uploading your customer's logo, and even going to the level of showing the different techniques available. So we can show debossing of a logo on a leather product, die struck or etching on glass, even through to embroidery versus full colour printing. And we can save these images, create flyers, things like that. We'll be running sessions on that separate stuff too. So do we have any questions at all from the audience? Okay, well, I've been recording this webinar, so I'm going to get that straight up online after this, so you'll be able to see exactly what we've been through today again. And likewise, any other tutorial that I run through, we will be running that. We are just about to launch a brand new help site, which is globalhelp.usa.clickpromo.com right now. This is going to replace trade-only promoservehelp.com. And we'll see, for example, in the vision section right here, we have plenty of vision help sheets and videos ready for you. So if you need help at all within the system, we've got all these help sheets already, as well as a number of videos that myself and the team have done in the past too. So we're trying to document everything for you. You'll see things like getting started and basic courses within the system, product research and clipboard, things like that. We already have videos for. I'll be obviously refreshing this content as we go and uploading new videos to here. Everything's in here that you need to get started, and if you've got any questions at all, the support team's there to help you as well. So I'd like to take this time to thank you very much for coming on this webinar, and like I say, if you've got any questions at all, contact the support team or myself. You can get me at tim@tradeonly.com is the email. I've just come back to the UK from the US, and we'll be heading up the education programs over here moving forward. Really, thanks again for taking the time out of your day to run through this, and if you've got any other questions at all, please just ask. Thanks a lot.